Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show for you today. And let me say a couple things real quick as we get started. First off, Matt Logan. Matty, but look, Logs, man. Matt Logan, take me off the milk carton shadow band. Lifted. Thanks, AB, for lifting me out of the shadows. You're the man. Logs, good to have you back, big dog. Good to have you back. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday so far. Gonna be a good day, man. We got the NFL tonight. We got Major League Baseball. Yeah, Michael, the AB3 paid out last night, almost in the first inning alone. Dude, that was nice, right? Oh, dude, that was super, super nice. All right, so good to see everybody. Say hello, drop in the chat. Let's have some fun today. All right, so here's how we did yesterday. So it looks good, but it was all right. Now, all right, we get Liberty last night. We've got that to parlay with Tennessee. So we didn't hit the parlay yet, but we did get Liberty, that piece in it. So we've got Tennessee on Saturday against Arkansas at home, plus 120. Phillies team total over 3.5. Got that one. Brewers, Cubs, the parlay pieces Michael was mentioning, over 5.5. That ended up paying plus 170. Got that. Kyle Schwarber, home run, plus 250. Hit two of them last night. Good call, Brad. Nailing that one. Mariners team total of 4.5. Do not get that. Great win by the Tigers, by the way. Blue Jays, Yankees over 8. That ends at 7. And congrats to the Blue Jays for advancing to the ALCS. Tough win for the Yankees. Their season comes to an end. And Big Brad coming through, baby. Wolfsburg, PSG over 3. Absolutely drilled that one. So, Bradley, well done there. Okay. If you guys could hit the like button, it would be massive right now. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I won't ask you for anything else. No chills. Got it right there. Said it. Smash that like button. Yeah. That would be great. All right, so we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, breaking down, what is it, Thursday Night Football? Yeah, the Eagles and the Giants. We're going to break that game down in full. So come join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Robert Bibba, I'm off work today, going out for breakfast after the show. Unless you start talking about food, AB. I'll tell you what, I'm a man that likes breakfast too. So we won't start talking about it so that you can go and enjoy it. Because, Bibbo, I know that you deserve it, my friend. Yes, you do. All right. Howie Schwab, crew play of the day. Where are you going? All right, so let's go Major League Baseball here. All right, you got 2 games today. Phillies or Dodgers? Brewers or Cubs? Which way are you going? Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show. Big Mo said, hey, crew, one more week of craziness, and I'm back. Hit Travis Kelce first TD score on Monday, though. Yes, sir, you did. No chill. There's some teams that make the world better by losing. The Yankees made the world better. TJ, all right, everyone. I may get obnoxious in the Discord with the Blue Jays. Oh, that's funny. And congrats again, man, on the Blue Jays making it through. All right. Let's jump in the show, baby. The picks. Let's get it. All right. So let me start it off here by saying that you've got some options today, okay? And I'll talk about that, what I mean. So first off, Tulane minus 5.5, college football tonight. I'm down with it. I almost took Tulane in a parlay with Jacksonville State, but I don't want to trust all these teams. I'm going to take Tulane down. They're minus 6.5 right now. I'm going to take it down to minus 5.5. And eat the juice at minus 125. So I am going to take that down again from 6.5 down to 5.5. Play it at minus 125. All right. Saquon Barkley, longest rush over 18.5 yards. I think Philly's going to be in a spot tonight to be running the football like every night, right? But especially this one here. Saquon Barkley is going to get a lot of work tonight. And with that comes longest rush. Now, I am not anti-Saquon on any of the props that you want to look at, whether you want to play rushing yards, attempts. I mean, I think anything Saquon is fair game tonight. Eagles coming off a loss, absolutely looking to get themselves right back on track, and I think that they do. So I'm going to take Saquon Barkley, longest rush over 18.5 yards. All right, now, you see these in yellow. So I highlighted these just to show 2 different options. Now, I'm playing both because I put them on the screen. However, I'm saying if you want to play them both, you certainly can. But I wanted to highlight them and just show the options of what it looked like with both of these guys, the primary touchdown scorers for Philadelphia. So if you pair the Eagles money line and Saquon Barkley anytime TD, minus 105. If you pair the Eagles money line and Jalen Hurts anytime TD, plus 105. So taking a look at those two there. Wanted to highlight just some options that you have. All right, Phillies and Dodgers. So we're going to talk about these in a minute, but the Phillies Dodgers, the total actually sits at 8 right now, but I'm going to take that one down to over 7.5, and I'll eat the juice at minus 125, but I'll take that over 7.5. And then finally, the Brewers and the Cubs over 7, just straight up minus 115. Not moving it, not doing anything. These are closeout games for the Phillies and the Cubs. If they lose, they are done. So backs against the wall, baby. Playoff baseball, nowhere to go. So we're going to roll with those right there. Now, you might be saying, AB, I thought the AB3, we had fun with it. Why would we do it again? You know that we will. All right, so what do you think about this? Closeout parlay. Dodgers money line, Brewers money line, Eagles money line. No spreads, no run lines, just straight up win the game. Plus 311. Now, that's not even the only one. So, who wants to have some fun today? Do we want to go back to the over 5.5 parlay for both baseball games? Because if we do, it's minus 110. And I'm going to ride it. I'm going to take a shot. I had some fun with the first one. I want to have some fun with the second one. Matty Boy says, Saquon longest rush is 17.5 on FanDuel. Great call, buddy. Good look. If anybody finds, yeah, and another thing, if you're new, or even if you're not new, if you find, a play better in terms of the number, in terms of the juice, like any of that, trust me, like that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like drop those in so that we can, we can all get the best number. Local Grass. Hey, everyone. Local Grass was good. Good to see you. How we doing? Yeah. Crystal, so like I said, if you find anything better, like you're not gonna hurt my feelings. The point of this is to get the best numbers. So yeah, drop that in for sure. Crystal Sheep, good morning, AB and crew. Good morning, Crystal. How we doing? Okay, so again, over 5.5 in both baseball games today. You can put those two together at minus 110. All right, so we've got an absolute ton to get to. So let's jump into it. Let's hit some home runs. We got 2 games today. Okay. Phillies and the Dodgers, Brewers and the Cubs. All right, where you going? Kyle Schwarber, he hit 2 home runs yesterday, plus 225. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei was 1 foot from hitting a home run yesterday, plus 275. Bryce Harper, pictured there, plus 330. Saya Suzuki, plus 565 of the Cubs. And then Christian Yelich of the Brewers, plus 750. All right, so where are you going? Drop yours in the chat. Now, you don't have to go on the board with all 5, right? Or all 5, right? With one of the 5. You could go off the board if you'd like. And, if you've got a good look, let me know. Matty Ice, Michael Bush, plus 525. Man, I almost added him here. He hit one yesterday too, right? I almost added him here. I went with Saya. I almost put Kyle Tucker as well. I think we're going to get runs today. Now, it is elimination games, but that can go 2 ways. Let's see, man. Tony's going Bryce Harper, plus 330. Bibbo, is it time for a Freeman game? I know, right? When's that coming? When's the Bryce Harper game coming? He hit the ball all right last night. All 3 are live, AB. Thank you, Matty Ice. And make sure to follow Matty Ice everywhere to get all of his picks. The kid is on fire. All right, so I'm going Bryce Harper. Give me Bryce. Plus 330. I don't think that he goes down quietly. I'm not saying that they go down, but I think that he is going to attack the plate tonight. Yeah. Logan Kike Hernandez is due plus 544. Yeah. Dude, both him and Teoscar. I think they both could have strong ones today. All right, I'm going to go Bryce Harper, though. Plus 330. I'm going to roll a Harp today. Man, that Yelich is sitting there. The problem is the Brewers really just don't need home runs. You know, like they just hit the ball so well. But Yelich, Chorio, I'm fast. Like Yelich is going to hit one at some point. It's going to come. But sitting there betting it every day is not fun either. But plus 750 is a nice little payout there. So, all right. So we can get back to this. Let's jump into Major League Baseball weather for today. Okay, so like I said, we've got 2 baseball games today. Big Wayne said it's going to be mid 53 degrees at first pitch in the Cubs-Brewers game tonight. Thank you, my friend. All right, first game up, Phillies and the Dodgers. First pitch is 6:08 p.m. Eastern, 5:08 p.m. Central. Dodgers minus 132 on the money line. They lead the series 2-1. Phillies plus 108 in the money line. Total is at 8. Again, we dropped that down to 7.5. And took the over. Now, as for weather in this game, Los Angeles, man, Liddy land, baby. Always good. 79 degrees, feels like 81. No rain. 6.5 miles an hour blown out. Oh man, you get LA weather consistently. Mike said putting 2 Philly sports teams on head to head is diabolical. It is, I know. Philly fan is going to be in a mess tonight. Like your stomach, you know what I mean? Just so much going on. Tony, like Harper, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 105. I like that, my friend. All right, now taking a look at home runs in this game. You're going to have a lot of Dodgers that you're going to see up here, man. All right. Teoscar Hernandez, he's got 2. Enrique Hernandez, he has 1. Freeland. No, well, that's it. That's all you got for home runs, but you got some Dodgers up here for sure. Now, take a look here. Again, Teoscar Hernandez hitting 333 off Sanchez. Andy Page is hitting 333 off Christopher Sanchez. Tommy Edman hitting 308 off Christopher Sanchez. Shohei Ohtani hitting 211 off Christopher Sanchez. Enrique hitting 273. Mookie Betts hitting 222. Freddie Freeman 154. So you've got some dudes for the Dodgers that have some hits. Now looking at the Phillies, Bryce Harper hitting 333 off Tyler Glasnow. Max Kepler hitting 600 off Glasnow. Harrison Bader hitting 200. Trey Turner 162. Kyle Schwarber 154. Sosa hitting 1,000. Same as JT Realmuto, 1 at bat. 1 hit. Big Scott said, "Good morning, AB." Good morning, Scott. You see, Big Dog. Addison. Nazaire, Chicago, Blackhawks point plus 105. Blackhawks should feel good about their performance versus the Panthers. Boston is on a back-to-back, and Corpizalo should be in net. Or Corpizalo. I made a medallion for some reason. All right. So, all right, that is the Dodgers and the Phillies. Now, game 2, Brewers and the Cubs. First pitch, 9:08 p.m. Eastern. That is a late start in Chicago. 8:08 p.m. Central for Chicago time, though. But still, Brewers minus 115 on the money line. Cubs minus 105. An over-under of 7. So weather here, 57 degrees, feels like 52. No rain, and 6.1 miles per hour blowing right to left and shifting towards blowing out. So to be honest with you, for Chicago, this is pretty good. It could be a whole heck of a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So not bad. Right-handed pull hitters should get a nice little boost. Gabe, Phillies plus 1.5 first 3 innings. Brewers plus whole game plus 1.5 plus Eagles money line plus 110. Gabe, I like that. Good work. That's real good work right there. Nice job, man. All right. Home runs. Andrew Vaughn has 1 off Matthew Boyd. Christian Yelich has 1 off Matthew Boyd. William Contreras has 1 off Matthew Boyd. And that is all for the Brewers, and no Cubs. Again, Bryce Terang hit 375. Excuse me. Bryce Terang hit 375 off Matthew Boyd. Christian Yelich hitting 250 off Boyd. Vaughn hitting 250. Frelick hitting 333. Yeah. And don't see any Cubs. So, man, it is going to be one of those days. Chicago's going to have to figure it out at the plate. TJ, AB, should I bring back my N5 show? Just quick thought. It might work best for hockey picks this season. Absolutely, yes. Logan, I can't find a reason to not take Brewers team total over 3.5 at -115. Completely agree. Like, look, man, I'm not saying, well, that didn't do any good. Hey, if you could read that, you want $1. No, man. I'm not saying that the favorites all win today, but it's lined up for them. Right. And I like the way that Logan's looking at it in terms of a team total. I know that we missed one on the Mariners yesterday, and we got one on the Phillies. I like it. I mean, you see me moving like totals down. Be careful. Be careful. These games can get they can get tight really quickly in a hurry. All right, let me get the picks back up here. Then let's talk some NFL and some college football. So we have Tulane -5.5 tonight. We're taking that down from 6.5 to 5.5, -125. Saquon Barkley, longest rush over 18.5 yards at -115. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley touchdown -105. Or I'm going both, but you can go and/or. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts touchdown +105. Phillies Dodgers over 7.5, and Brewers Cubs over 7. Kirk said, "What's good, AB and crew? What's good, buddy? Good to see you, man." We also have a couple parlays here. So first off, if you want to get down with something fun, we're going to take both baseball games today, and we're going to move the totals down to 5.5 and play the over. All right, so Phillies Dodgers over 5.5, parlayed with Brewers and Cubs over 5.5 at -110. Also, if you're looking for a favorites parlay, Dodgers money line, Brewers money line, Eagles money line. Put those three together at +311. Z Money, I like that move. Take it Tulane to -6 or 5.5 for the OT production. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Michael, AJ Brown, 6+ receptions, +153 on DraftKings. Smashing that. Like, I smashed the like button. Mike, let's go, baby. I like it. Matty Ash, we need a Phillies, Eagles, Flyers play, gang. Yeah, we do. Dude, let's put one together. Throw one up in the chat. I'm down. I need to get a little hockey in me anyway. I like that. Okay, so that is baseball. Let's jump into the NFL. So, Michael, the dude, be abides. Hey, we got a beverage here. Michael, you're awesome, bro. All right, so we've got Thursday Night Football tonight. Going to the NFC East, the Eagles and the Giants. All right, that's unreadable. Apologies there. Eagles -7. Giants +310 on the money line and a total of 40.5. All right, so first, what sticks out to me, couple things. Number one, the Eagles are coming off a loss. Well, both teams are coming off of a loss. But I think we have different expectations for both of these teams, right? Like, I think the Eagles are destined for something. I don't know if the Giants are, but I'm not going to take any of the wind out of their sails because I like Jackson Dart and I like Brian Daboll, right? But the Eagles are coming off a loss, and they need to get themselves right. And let me say, they also know that this is a divisional game, and divisional games essentially count for 2 games. So you might as well just help yourself tonight. You know what I mean? Like, this is just, that's not a must win. We're not throwing any of that out whatsoever. But what I am saying is that it would behoove the Eagles to play an excellent football game tonight, and I think that they do. All right, so 40.5. Again, we'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern to go through all of this. We'll break down the offenses, prop bets, parlay pieces, all of that. See, money, help me, help you. Yeah. Mo says Saquon and Scatabo, 2 receptions, -115. Okay. I like that. Yeah. So if you're looking at props, Michael, the oldest rivalry in the NFL since 1933. I did not know that. That's a great stat right there. Appreciate that. That's a good one. Um, yeah, I mean, look, the Eagles, let me just say, all right, the Eagles are probably going to be playing from ahead in this game. Your concerns are time of possession if you're betting things with the Giants, right? Because the Eagles can just it could be death row for props, man. Like they could just take the ball and just. You ever played pool or watched a game of pool, like shooting pool, like professionally? And you know when they play 9-ball and like you might not even get to shoot. Like these guys are so good, like they'll just run the table. And that's kind of what the Eagles can do at times, man, is that you're just not in the game. You know, they just run the football so efficiently and use the clock that it's legitimately a concern. Most Eagles can't melt away the game if they can't run. I'm saying they should figure it out eventually. Scott said, "AB, you're the best." That's you, big dog. Yeah, and thank you, bro. Yeah, I mean, that's just the problem. Now, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you have to count that in anytime there's an Eagles game. Now, number two is that the Eagles are built to run the ball, so you're going to get Jalen and you're going to get Saquon. That being said, though, the books know that. And you're going to get juiced props on these two guys, right? Like, I don't have the number in front of me in like rushing attempts, but I would imagine Jalen Hurts is probably what, 8.5, 9.5 rush attempts. I would assume Saquon Barkley's probably 18.5, 19.5. And they can eclipse both of those. And this would be the style of game that they would do it. But what I am saying is that the books know that when there's an Eagles game, what did I do? Bet Jalen Hurts props, bet Saquon. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to be on those. So that's also another thing. If you're somebody that kind of likes to side with the books a little bit more than say the public, yeah. Z-Money, Eagles neutral pass rate by week, 36%, 38%, 59%, 62%, 79%. Wow. Big. So yeah, again, we're gonna break down the game in full, all the props, everything that you need. But just kind of setting the table again. We've got the Eagles money line and Jalen Hurts touchdown, Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley touchdown. Yeah. Now, betting the Giants side, I like Jackson Dart throw a pick, but that's minus 140. So we're gonna have to pair that with something. We'll figure that out later on. But yeah, just from experience, betting the Eagles, say you're somebody that's maybe, the Eagles, you watch it, but you haven't bet on them, right? They play a different style of game. Now, the good part is that we talked about the time of possession, and they could just take other teams out of it. So for the Giants, it could be tough to get props. That said, though, best part about gambling is that you don't have to play overs. You can fade them. You know what I mean? And we'll break down the offenses tonight and what we think time of possession is going to look like. But yeah, again, just be careful. The Eagles are a good team to fundamentally bet, right? Don't get too cute. Don't try to outthink it because they don't. Now, what they do is complex in design, but it's simple in nature, So, yeah, again, I'm not trying to scare anybody from betting the game, but I am saying that the Eagles they're a different style of beast. They have their own style of football, and betting it can get frustrating. So they're the type of team, play your key numbers, play your margins. They're the type of team where that counts. You know what I mean? I also think that how do we feel about special teams props? I don't mind the Eagles with field goals because they actually do kick them. But here, the problem is that the Eagles go for it on fourth downs. Now, you're going to steal rushing attempts from Jalen Hurts with the tush push. That's a nice feature added in. So if you have Jalen Hurts, if you play him over on rushing attempts, those tush pushes help. So getting yourself in third and short, fourth and short tonight, if you're playing Jalen Hurts, it'll help you. But yeah, I mean, excuse me. That's the problem though with playing even Eagles like special teams props, is that the Eagles also know that they don't have to score a ton. You know what I mean? They wouldn't mind beating you 28-10. That's an Eagles style game. Ice. I'd rather target extra points than kicking points, to be honest. Absolutely. If it were me, I like extra points. I would look at total points. Now, I don't know what that number is, and be careful with those because they can trick you up, and the books do that on purpose. You know what I mean? So, and I'll give you an example. The books will put a kicker, his total points at over 7.5. All right, well, field goal is 3 points. So let's say he gets 2 field goals and an extra point and a touchdown. Well, 7, right? So be careful. Yeah, I agree with Matty Ice completely. All right, so that's the NFL. Again, we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tony, Barkley, 0 TDs the last 2 games. Think he gets one tonight, so tailing Eagles and Barkley TD. Absolutely. And look, that Tony, you laid it out better than I did. And that's exactly my point. Not that the Eagles have gotten themselves out of whack, but a little bit that they have. And that's normal. Like, you're going to see it with the top teams in the NFL. They go 3 or 4 games, they win them, then they'll lose one. Go 3-4 games and win, lose one, right? It's going to happen. So it's a natural thing to kind of get back to the basics. And getting back to the basics is running the football with Saquon Barkley. Now, again, we're not saying it that the Eagles are, oh, my God, they're falling apart. Like, no. Not saying that. However, anytime after a loss, it just gets your attention. And you just naturally go back to who you are and what you do. So I agree. I actually think that this stat plays in well tonight for Saquon Barkley. I like him coming into a game where he hasn't scored in 2 games, and they lost one of them, because that will get their attention. They get in the red zone, give it to the big fella. That's also why I like his over 18.5 rushing, or longest rush over 18.5 yards, because he's not only going to get the ball in normal game situations, but even if they get up, he'll get the ball as well. Now, they'll mix in other backs too, but yeah. And again, remember, Saquon Barkley used to play for the Giants. So you got that. Now, I don't think there's any big hatred. There's no big, we've been through that. We've gone through the first, game back. We've done that. But there will be, Saquon's going to have a little extra steam tonight. You know what I mean? Mike, since last season, aside from the December 22nd game versus Washington, there have been no other confirmed Eagles games where neither Saquon Barkley nor Jalen Hurts scored a touchdown. Boom. That is a freaking stat right there. And that's exactly why, Mike, you nailed it. And that's exactly why I say with Eagles games, don't overthink it, because they aren't. Their play calling, their coaching staff, they're not overthinking things, right? Like, they're just being who they are. And that's what they do. Z-Money, I watched Saquon highlight on the New York Giants last night. So captive to watch him. I know, it's amazing. For a dude that big with thighs that are literally the size of tree trunks, it's unbelievable. Like, Saquon Barkley is a freak. He's an absolute freak. And I say that as positively as I freaking can. You know what I mean? He's another breed, man. Bibba, I'm laddering Saquon Barkley down 160 yards. Last year he had 170 for the Giants' old team. Yep, there we go. I like Big Dog. My Perplexity app is clutch. Dude, I got to try that. There we go. Brad Betts, they are who they thought they were. Bam. All right, so that's NFL. We'll cover that tonight in complete full, trust me, at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Driving the Line. So make sure to get that. Now, we also have college football. All right, so we've got 4 games tonight. All right, and I'll just go through them real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Louisiana Tech, Kennesaw State. Louisiana Tech, 6-point favorite. Total of 46.5. East Carolina, Tulane. Tulane, 6.5-point favorite. We're taking that down to 5.5 and playing Tulane over under 53.5. Jacksonville State, Sam Houston. Jacksonville State, 7-point favorite, a total of 54.5. And then Southern Miss and Georgia Southern. Southern Miss, a 3-point favorite, a total of 60.5. So, what are you thinking? Big Don. I was thinking Louisiana Tech money line. Yep, I like that very much. Now, I think that is going to be a pretty tight game, but yeah, I like. Look, if I were picking money lines, I think I would go Louisiana Tech, Tulane, Jacksonville State, and man, that Southern Miss Georgia Southern game. I don't know what to do with that. I really don't know what to do with that. David says take Tulane and Jackson State. All right. Brad said, I can't wait to get another diamond tonight. Yeah, come play the most fun game in sports betting. First touchdown, got to pick first touchdown score plus 1,000 odds or more. If you get it, you are in the club. So, all right, yeah. So again, if I were going money lines, I'd go Louisiana Tech, Tulane, Jacksonville State. I mean, I do not want to go like I don't want to be riding Georgia Southern, but I don't know if I want to ride Southern Miss either. I think I just stay away from this one. I don't know if I want anything to do with it. John, AB, what up, Haas? What up, big dog? Good to see you, bro. Soldier, how does Milwaukee not do to Boyd what they did the first game? Yeah. That could be an issue. Liddy, good morning, Whale. Big Liddy, what's up, bro? Addison, I got Kelsey plus 1,000. My diamond is lab grown, baby. Matty, I like Southern, but I stayed off. Yeah, I agree. Like, I like Southern. You're funny. Georgia Southern, yeah. I think I do too, but I don't, first off, I'm not an expert on either of these teams. So let's get that out there. Number two. Nope, I don't want anything to do with that game. I'm going to watch it and have some fun. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we come up with something during the day. If you come up with something, let me know. If you have a look, an edge on it, man, holler at me, please. David, Louisiana Tech and Kenosha State are a barn fire. Stay away. All right. Chat needs subs. All right, so that is college football for tonight. Let me get the picks back up here. Again, we'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern to break down Thursday Night Football for the Eagles at the Giants, and we get to watch baseball while we do it. So come on, even if you don't like the NFL. David, that Middle Tennessee game last night was bad. It was two bad teams. Yes, it was. That was not good football. Yeah, going into that game, bro, Middle Tennessee State is the most confusing football team I might have ever seen. You think the Arizona Cardinals are confusing? Go to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You don't know what you're going to get with MTSU. Literally. I don't know if the coaches know. John, go blue. EM, go blue. Club supports you, baby. I love the Michigan banner. Bam. Hell yeah, Mosh. Don't ever watch a Missouri State game. All right, let me get the picks. Sorry. ADD brain kicking in. All right, Tulane minus 5.5. Saquon Barkley, longest rush over 18.5 yards. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley, TD minus 105. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts, TD plus 105. Phillies, Dodgers over 7.5 minus 125. And Brewers, Cubs over 7 at minus 115. Now, we also got some parlays, baby. All right, you want to have some fun? Baseball tonight? Okay, let's take both of these games, the totals. Let's take both of them down to 5.5, parlay them, and play the over. Okay, knock both those down. That's at minus 110. All right, now, feel free to run with this how you will, but a little AB3 3-leg favorite parlay money line. Dodgers money line, Brewers money line, Eagles money line, plus 311. All right, let's get after it here. Jeff, my son grandboys went to the MTSU game. They didn't stay too long. Yeah, understandable. The good thing is that Murfreesboro is a wonderful city. So you can go get something to eat. Go to Toots. If anybody's ever been to Murfreesboro, go to Toots. That's fire. Z-Money, did you guys see Montana State's throwback unis for this weekend? They should keep those all the time. No, I haven't, but I need to check those out for sure. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all we got. All right, so I'm not going to keep you. It's Thursday. We got a lot of games. Probably got a lot of work you need to get to. So we'll cut it here. We'll be live tonight, 7. Oh, sorry. Let me do the Howie Schwab crew play of the day. I am absolutely as ADD brained as it gets. I apologize on that. All right, so let me pull this up. Where are you going today? Baseball. Okay, got 4 options here. Hold on. Phillies money line, Dodgers money line, Brewers money line, or the Cubs money line. Which way are you going? And let me pull it up right here. You have selected. Apologies, our producer's doing all that he can. Come on, baby. Let's go. Dodgers money line, 42% is your winner. Second place, Brewers money line at 27%. Third place, Phillies money line, 25%. And then fourth place, Cubs money line at 6%. So you've chosen the Dodgers as your play today. All right. Now we will get out of here. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We'll be live 7 p.m. Eastern tonight to break down Eagles at the Giants Thursday Night Football, and we get to watch baseball while we do it. So it's going to be an extra special show tonight. Do not miss it. All right. Till then, everybody, best of luck. Cash these tickets, and we'll see you this afternoon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.